Hello and welcome to Spectrum TV News at 2. I am Francis Oyima, Edet, coming to you live from Yo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State. Let's take a look at the headlines. Former President Obasanjo says Western democracy not working for Africa. Akwa Ibom State Governor Omoyino restates commitment to sustaining a peaceful state, calls on traditional rulers to cooperate with government. Plus, Argentina's far-right outsider Javier Milei wins presidential election. We will bring you details of the stories and more in a moment. Many thanks for joining us. First in the news this afternoon is from the national scene, where President Bola Tinubu has arrived in Berlin, Germany, where he is scheduled to attend the G20 Compact with Africa CWA conference. The president, who left Nigeria on Saturday, was received on arrival by a delegation made up of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Tuga, and the Nigerian head of mission in Berlin, Ambassador Regina Ocheni, and other dignitaries. The G20 CWA conference will be taking place alongside the 4th G20 Investment Summit co-hosted by the German government and German business associations. President Tinubu will be joining other heads of state and government and CWA member countries, bilateral partners, as well as heads of international organizations to deliberate on the immediate enhancement of economic and business cooperation with a view to outlining concrete measures to boost investment in critical areas such as energy, trade, infrastructure, and new technologies, among others. And judiciary in general in the 2022-2023 legal year. The Director of Press and Information of the Apex Court, Dr. Akande Festus, made this known in a press statement. According to Akande Festus, other leading stakeholders in the justice sector will present speeches bordering on the state of the justice sector of the country at the occasion. Reports say 114 applications were earlier received by the Legal Practitioners Privileges Committee, LPPC, for the award of the rank of Senior Advocate of Nigeria in 2023. Out of the number, 101 are advocates, while 13 are academics. In the meantime, Governor Caleb Mutwang of Plateau State has described as a temporary setback a verdict of an appeal court which sacked him as governor of the state. In a statement through his Director of Press and Public Affairs, Gyang Bere, the governor said the temporary setback will not deter him from repositioning the state on the path of unity, peace and progress. The governor admonished citizens of the state and supporters of People's Democratic Party (PDP) to remain calm and assured them that as God remains on the throne, his mandate will be preserved and protected. The governor added that he has instructed his legal team to file an appeal at the Supreme Court. In a separate development, the UN resident and humanitarian coordinator in Nigeria, Matthias Kimmel, has advocated for ongoing assistance to address the humanitarian needs in northeastern Nigeria. Kimmel made the remarks in response to inquiries from journalists during a press conference on the humanitarian situation in Nigeria. In order to address humanitarian needs, hasten the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals and counter violent extremism, the humanitarian coordinator emphasized the alarming humanitarian situation in northeastern Nigeria and the significance of increased international help and collaborations. He said the UN organization would shortly unveil its Humanitarian Response Plan 2024, which will prioritize helping vulnerable girls and women while being realistic about funding trends. In education, the Colleges of Education Academic Staff Union COE-ASU has lauded President Bola Tinubu for discarding the idea of tertiary institutions, including colleges of education, remitting 40% of their internally generated revenue to the national treasury, saying it shows he has a listening ear. The president of COE-ASU, Smart Ologbeko, made the observation in a statement today in Abuja, where he enjoined the federal government to also review the centralization of payroll administration through the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System (IPPIS). Olugbeko lamented that the policy undermines the statutory functions of the governing councils and breaches the establishment integrity of the tertiary education sector in general and the College of Education system in particular. According to him, IPPIS has become a means of defrauding COE-ASU members, as there are thousands of cases of short payment, outright non-payment, unlawful delay, and or withholding of third-party deductions. Back here, Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Omoino has restated his commitment to ensuring a peaceful and united state despite deliberate attempts by warmongers to create crisis and division. He warned those fanning the embers of disunity to disease forthwith and called on traditional rulers to cooperate with the government to institute peace and unity as expected of their revered positions. These were contained in the remark of the Akwa Ibom State Governor while addressing congregants at Global Evangelical and Missionary Church of All Nations, Oron, during the Thanksgiving service in honor of the paramount ruler of Udungoko and Chairman, Supreme Council of Akwa Ibom Traditional Rulers, His Royal Majesty Odidem Basi Etemede JP. The governor urged the traditional fathers not to allow politicians meddle in their affairs or hijack the institution, stressing that the traditional institution is a revered one with men of wisdom and integrity. He enjoined the royal fathers to uphold their honor and use their office to maintain the peace and cohesion in the state, rather than drag the image of the revered institution into disrepute by allowing themselves to be used as agents of division. Governor Eno, who reiterated that his administration had no hand in the seeming discontent in the traditional institution, again stressed that he was determined to resolve the issue as part of his efforts to harmonize all fabrics of the state, but stressed the need for the cooperation of the concerned parties. In the meantime, an endocrinologist in the University of Uyo Teaching Hospital, UTH, Dr. Ubong Omoren, has disclosed that the consumption of excess sugar is not the direct cause of diabetes. Dr. Omoren, who stated that people wrongly attribute high blood glucose levels to excessive sugar consumption, said obesity or overweight, which is as a result of excess calories in the body, leads to diabetes. A medical practitioner, while speaking with Spectrum Television, noted that to reduce the risks of developing type 2 diabetes, it is more important not to consume more calories than the body needs. He added that regular exercise can also help in reducing the risks of developing diabetes.
Our body is actually built to handle sugar, to whatever, irrespective of the amount that we put in us. That does not mean that it's healthy. For example, now if you carry, like maybe 20 cubes of sugar, put in water, dissolve it, and drink it, what happens as soon as you finish drinking it, within a few minutes, the body produces insulin. That insulin will take the sugar from your blood into your cells. Everything will go back to normal within a short period. The reason is because your body is producing insulin adequately, there is no issue. But that will not happen for somebody that is diabetic. So it is not true. Understand taking a lot of sugar predisposes a major producing factor of diabetes. What usually happens is that there's an interplay between environmental factor, which is what the sugar is. Alcohol is also an environmental factor. Understand, obesity is part of that factor. Even people that have a sedentary lifestyle, physical inactivity, you can sit in one position for hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. You are not really mobile. You are not exercising or active and all that. Those are environmental factors. There's a genetic component I talked about. So it's usually an interplay between that genetic components and the environmental, understand, when they come together. That is what usually results in, understand, a person coming down with insulin resistance, which is what drives and which is what eventually leads to type 2 diabetes. Phase one is to maintain a healthy lifestyle, Very important. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle will include, understand, ensuring that fruit and vegetables are parts of your diet, and then go for natural carbohydrates, understand, not the processed ones. Natural carbohydrates, like usually what the one that comes contain a lot of fibers, like whole grains. You can talk about your Quaker oats, your guinea corn, understand, your maize. Cassava is more like maybe once in a while, but not really healthy. Understand? So healthy lifestyle, we cut down intake of things like red meats. Understand? Red meat is not very good. Understand? Take more of the white meat and all that. And then a lot of the seafood are also very healthy. Cut down intake of carbonated drinks, very important. Beverages and carbonated drinks, including soda water. Avoid processed foods. Things that are contained in candies also avoid, because they put a lot of salt in these things to preserve them as a preservative. Exactly. So go for the more complex carbohydrate, protein, less of saturated fat. Unsaturated fat, like frying things, understand, is actually not very good. So if you want to take something like maybe for egg, just boil it and take it.
We move now to Africa, where former Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Augustin Matata Ponyo, has withdrawn from next month's presidential election. Ponyo said he would now be backing Moise Katumbi, a businessman and former governor of Katanga region. A former Prime Minister noted that he believes other opposition candidates will follow in his footsteps to withdraw in support of Katumbi. Still in Africa, the South African authorities have warned of a heat wave with higher than average maximum temperatures expected in some parts of the country this week. The Weather Service said heat wave conditions resulting in persistently high temperatures were expected in parts of Eastern Cape, Mpumalanga, Limpopo, Gauteng, and KwaZulu-Natal provinces. Authorities urge people to take precautions by avoiding exposure to sun and drink lots of water, among other measures. Reports say heat wave is a period of hot weather where temperatures are higher than is expected for the time of the year. On a foreign scene, Argentines have elected far-right libertarian outsider Javier Milei, age 53, as new president. Milei won close to 56% in the decisive runoff ahead of his left-wing rival Sergio Massa with 44%. A newly elected president's victory has been welcomed by former U.S. President Donald Trump, who said Milei would make Argentina great again, but other politicians described the victory as a political earthquake. Still on the foreign scene, Philippines National Disaster Agency has disclosed that the number of people killed in a powerful quake of the southern Philippines has risen to 9. The agency warned that the toll could further increase. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council said at least 15 people were injured and more than 800 houses were damaged or destroyed. The death toll steadily rose over the weekend as searchers found more bodies buried under the rubble. Still to come in the news, Ludwig Berg wins PGA Tour title 6 months after turning PRO. Do stay with us.
Christmas season is here again. Are you aware that making your business or products visible on a television space gives your brand a wider visibility and patronage? In the spirit of the season, Spectrum Television is offering a whopping 25% discount on all services. Advertise your products and services while this offer lasts from 1st December 2023 to January 31st, 2024. We are a television with a passion to take your business and services on a satisfactory lane. You do not want to miss this opportunity. For more inquiries, visit our city office at number 2 Taft Plaza Close off Akaitinen Road, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, or call the following numbers on your screen. SpectrumTv, broadening your horizon.
Many thanks for staying with us, and now to the concluding part of the news stories. On a business news, the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) has revealed that inflation rate in Nigeria has increased 24 times in the last 25 months and 2 years. The NBS price index analysis showed that between October 2021 and October 2023, Nigeria's inflation increased 24 times, with a singular exception of December 2022, when it slowed to 21.34% from the 21.47% recorded in November of 2022. It said during the period in review, inflation increased from 15.99% to 27.33%. Still in business, Nigeria National Advisory Board for Impact Investing (NABII) has said that it is important to boost SME financing with pension funds. It said this when it launched its report titled Investing for Impact in Nigeria, a deep dive into agriculture, education and health sectors. In a statement, NABII said allocation of pension funds to impact investing related asset classes has been significantly poor and recommended the inclusion of impact investing criteria in investment guidelines for pension funds, increased asset allocation to impact investing products, an upgrade of Fund 1 and 6, an impact investing market, and approval of direct investment in listed local companies that are ESG compliant. In health, medical experts have asked Nigerians to disregard rumors going around about the human papillomavirus vaccine HPV, assuring that a vaccine is safe and remains the most effective way to prevent cervical cancer. The experts said Nigerians should take responsibility for their health and well-being and not allow misinformation from misinformed people to deny them access to the life-saving vaccine. Senior health professionals urged Nigerians to confront the people who are providing misinformation aggressively against the vaccine. Recall that the federal government on October 24th introduced the HPV vaccine into the routine immunization system to prevent cervical cancer among girls aged 9 to 14 years. Still in health, mental health experts have advised parents to teach their adolescents how to cope with challenges to avoid coming down with mental health issues when they are faced with difficult situations. The experts say they needed to develop positive skills and coping mechanisms while dealing with their challenges to ensure that their mental health is not compromised. Citing the current economic hardship and stress in the country as stressors, the physicians urge parents to model good coping skills for their adolescents, advising them to seek professional help when necessary. We move to sports, where Ludwig Abeng has added to the astonishing start he has made to his professional career by claiming his maiden PGA Tour victory in the RSM Classic. A Swede carried back-to-back rounds of 61 to finish 29 on the par 4 shots clear of Canada's Mackenzie Hawkes. The win has moved Abeng, who turned professional in June, to world number 32 and secure an invitation to his first major next year's Masters. Still in sports, Scotland's successful Euro 2024 qualifying campaign ended with a draw as Mohamed Ali Nossi's late equalizer earned Norway a point at Hampden. Steve Clarke's side had already secured their place in Germany next summer, but had to settle for second place in Group A, with Spain, as expected, overcoming Georgia to win their section. Scotland now await the Euro 2024 draw next month, for which they will be among the third ports of seeds. Move to entertainment now, where Colombia pop star Shakira has reached a deal with Spanish prosecutors to settle a tax fraud case just as her trial was about to begin. A singer who has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing said she paid a 7.5 million euro fine. Recall that Shakira had faced tax fraud allegations for 14.5 million euro in a Barcelona court. Still on entertainment, Nigerian superstars Rema and Burna Boy has won the 2023 BBMAs at the 2023 BBMA. Rema and Burna Boy won the maiden categories of the Best Afrobeats Song for Calm Down, while Selena Gomez and Best Afrobeats Act respectively. And that's all we have for you at this time. Do ensure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website, SpectrumTVLive.ng. You've been watching Spectrum TV News at 2. I am Francis.